I couldn't find any information about how to dimension the wedges, so I've made a little experimental cutaway mortise and tenon. So that'll be the tenon going into the mortise, and now I can have a few trials cutting the slots and driving wedges in and seeing what's happening. What I've come up with is having the slots 10mm in from the edges, and 55mm deep. The wedges that are going to go in are 60mm. So I've just got to put those down. So that's the slots cut. Now, dimensions of the wedges. I've done them 60 overall, but I'm only going to be driving them in 50mm. Remember, that's a 55mm slot. The thin end of the wedge, 1.5 mm, which fits the saw cut nicely, and then 50mm up I've got 3mm. So overall it's going to be double the slot thickness at the end. And when I've tapped those in, the joint gets really tight. And that now takes a hell of a lot of knocking out. Just to demonstrate how tight that is, I'll try and knock it out. To cut the little wedges accurate and consistently, and this took a lot more thinking about than it did actually making, I've come up with a little jig. It's on a board that slides along the saw fence down its own slot, so we don't lose the little wedges down the side of the blade. There's a piece that the block goes up against, and that's pivoted about there, screwed through from the other side, so that can swing in and out. And then I've got a little wedge that I can put in, and that gives me a really fine adjustment on the angle. The block at the other side has got a little nick in it that acts as the depth stop. I set the angle by trial and error, but then I've marked it across the wedge so I can repeat it. Throw the first one away. Over. And we've got another one. With 20 of those done, all I've got to do now is slot all the tenons, and then I'm ready for assembling. Oh, gluing up, that'll be fun. I'm going to have to work fast. I'm using PU adhesive. It says 5 minutes on the tin, but I think I'll get a bit longer because it's pretty cold tonight. Quick checklist. I've got the slots cut in all the tenons, got me wedges, clamps set to the right size, glue, hammer, spreaders. not bad for a first attempt. Hee! With it cleaned up, we can see the results of the fox wedging. Very nice. In the next part I'll show how to make these deep raised panels just with basic tools on the router table.